Welcome to this episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. A much more somber tone of an episode this week because Garan has literally just finished Satluj now. I watched it a couple of days ago. This has been everywhere across Indian social media, Punjabi social media,
the world.
The outrage, the film being live for such a short period of time in India, not being live outside of India. It's been pirated everywhere. I've seen it be sent on WhatsApp groups. I've seen friends of mine send me links to it online. It's been screened at Gurdwara across England. I think Smethwick Gurdwara had like a post about it. A bunch of Gurdwara in East London were saying, come watch it at these places here, which I think is fantastic that they're getting it out there. I know some are going to say piracy's wrong, whatever, yeah. But the film was banned. I think at this point, do whatever you want and get it out there to as many people as you can. Garan, what did you think of the film after watching it?
I think just before I go into that, I think the first thing I want to say at the start of the podcast is Tan Tan Shaheed Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalra. The message I have for everybody listening to this podcast is learn your history, itihas dekho, teach your children, have discussions about these things, mark the 6th of September in your calendars to remember the Shaheed of modern times. And when you finish listening to the podcast, do Panj Jikare in memory of Shaheed Bhai Jaswant Singh Khalra. That's the first thing I want to say.
Yeah.
As Indy said, I've literally 5 minutes before coming on this pod finished. I'd watched the first half earlier in the week. And then I've just finished again in double speed time, which is hard when you're watching Punjabi and Hindi mixed with no subtitles.
Which is crazy. I'm impressed with your ability to be able to do that.
Yeah, I slowed it down some parts where I really wanted to and took some notes on things. I remember when Diljit was actually on tour a couple of years ago. And I remember seeing the clip of him on stage because he's with this really small thing. And he's doing this thing with his knees, right? And I remember seeing him thinking, he looks really unwell. Like Diljit, like we've seen him live, right? He's a muscly guy. And this guy looks really unwell. And then only later I realized the reason for that is because he was filming this. Because this is, I think, shot back in 21, 22. Taking that long for this to be released. So look at the journey just to have the film released. But to the people who want to come to his concerts, want to wave flags, do all this stuff, you don't do anything for Punjab. You don't do anything for Sikh people. He's gone there, put it out there, told this story. Not story. He's told the facts and presented what has happened, our history, Punjab's history. And he might, there might be a target on his back. But he's like, no, this story needs to be told.
I think he's insulated from the target being on his back. He just acted it. He wasn't the one that put it out per se. It was Honey Drehan who put it out.
Honey Drehan is the director, but Diljit has the following.
He wrote the script. Of course.
Diljit has the following.
Of course, he has the following, and that's a good vehicle to tell the message. But I think Honey Drehan himself is the guy who is probably going to cop the most amount of shit for putting a film out like this. Diljit has played the role. That's not diminishing his role in it at all or anything in that way. I'm just trying to show you maybe the layers of separation that might be approaching to him.
No, but I think if you want to be anti-propaganda, if you want to find a narrative, then you could quite easily find Diljit as a couple. You push this forward. You told people to watch it illegally and pirate it. I'm not saying you. I think you're being optimistic in what you're saying. I think if people want to make an agenda against him, I think it's quite easy to do it. I think landing.
Bro, I'm the optimistic one. Holy shit!
I know. Landing Arjun Rampal, who is like Bollywood vintage gold, serious actor, in this film adds loads of credibility to the story. Then stops being a Punjabi film.
Who was he in the film? To give people context, because they may not be familiar.
Yeah. So Arjun Rampal plays essentially the CBI. So the CBI essentially is a national investigative body. So within Punjab,
it's the Indian version of the FBI.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best. That's the easiest way I can help people understand. Good analogy.
Yeah. Local level, like Punjab is a state, you'll have the local investigation that'll be conducted by the police. And then if it goes nationally, then you have the CBI. So he led the CBI in the film, the CBI inquiry. Why that's important? Because it stops being a Punjabi film, which we have Punjabi films in cinema, but this is now, I wouldn't say then it's a Hindi film or whatever, but it's just more mainstream. It's like, okay, this is a serious project. I urge you all to go and watch the film. It's very, very hard to watch, to the point. So my dad came to England when he was 6 years old, and he says it's too hard for me to watch because it's just too distressing. But please watch the film. What did you think?
You see people criticize Dilj. You really can't. You can't say he's not for sick things anymore. You can't say he's not sick enough. He acted this role to perfection. He executed it well. He was very humble. Apparently, he didn't accept any money for this at all. Yeah. I'll share that clip in a second. But I just thought he played the role very well. Him being in that position to put that film out and spend so much time on that, maybe not putting out music, maybe not going on tour, just putting so much into it, is massively rated, man. And he's tried for years, along with Honey Johan, to get this out. And he was on the brink of doing it, then it got pulled. And now at this point where he's played it so tactically smart with Honey to not even promote it until the day it was released. He said, it's out, go watch it. Because he knew that the film would get taken down immediately in India. And it did. It was taken down within 48 hours, which has never been seen before. Yeah, big respect to him. I won't have a bad word to say about him in terms of his stuff for the movement. Obviously, I'll still chat about ticket prices being high, etc. Yeah, fair. But in terms of the things he's done for Sikh people, I can never say anything bad about him. I don't think anyone can. You can criticize bits of what he does, but as a holistic figure, he's done many Punjabi films about 84. He's now done this one about everything that happened with basically a genocide to Sikhs as well. That's what they were calling it in the film throughout. They called it a genocide, and the suppression of just a movement, a separatist movement in 1995, and prior to that as well. Yeah, I learned so much in the film. I know a lot of it is true. Parts of it are dramatized, fine. I'm not going to go through bits that are and aren't. I'd rather not know. Maybe that's bad of me, but I just like how it was done to the way it was and how things were shown, projected, the foreshadowing of things in the future. Like, it was done extremely well. It didn't feel like a standard Punjabi film. It felt like a very serious, dark production.
Yeah. I mean, the scene is set, that opening scene. And, I think you may feel the same way about this, but there's one thing when we look at our history, I'm talking about Sikh history now, and we learn about battles and we learn about things and sort of about, fighting the dushman, the enemy. But then when you see the Starale Pagale killing your own people, point blank, drinking sharab, whatever they're doing, that, I don't know how it's for you, but I find that really, really hard to watch.
Why?
My brain just can't comprehend. I don't know, who was I discussing this with? There's somebody else.
Why do you think that we're immune from the same evils in the world that every faith has?
We're not. And I was thinking about this. I was like, okay, Gore kill Gore all the time. Or I could say Christians kill Christians if they happen to be Christian. So why can't Sikhs kill Sikhs? They obviously do. Yeah. No, it's just, I don't think it's as mainstream. I don't know, outside of this film, do you see many things where you see this type of thing that we're seeing? It obviously happens, but I'm saying it's just...
It probably happens, but I don't think it's on the same level.
That's it. And that's what it was for me. It's so concentrated, so focused.
But also, we're not living in Punjab. We don't hear about it day in, day out.
Yeah.
So maybe it does happen to that level.
Yeah. And I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying, we don't hear about it. We're insulated from it. That was hard to watch. There's another really, obviously Diljit's acting was great. Binni Binutillo. Do you know who he is?
No.
So in the film, he plays Diljit's friend who's in the police.
Okay.
Do you remember that scene when the guy comes to the house and has a sag? He's the sag.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a funny actor. I've seen him in loads of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. He does not do serious stuff. And in that scene, the whole build up, it's for me, it was quite similar to, you know, the start of Inglourious Bastards.
People have said this exact same analogy.
Have they really?
Go on.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, please.
Fine. So in Inglourious Bastards, Christopher Waltz is in that scene. He's interrogating the guy, asking for the milk. And the guy who's smoking the pipe knows that he's going to get found out, he's going to get killed. And in that same scene, Binutilo is there. His dad, elderly dad's there. His mom is kind of just like begging. They got these other two guys, probably innocent as well, who execute in front of him. And his mom says he's got a 7 month pregnant wife. Please let him go. And he knows in that moment he's going to die. We're all going to die. Like he knows, and you can. And again, from seeing what he's done before to that level of acting, like you just talked about production value there. The music, the dread that's built into that scene for that guy, the SSP, the Suga.
Yeah.
Like, man, it was just hard. It was so hard
chilling.
to watch. It's chilling.
Very chilling.
That is the right word. That was not low level. Like, you know, you really hated him as a character. And you just think, man, like this stuff just happens, and it's like, oh, you kill this many people, you're gonna get promotion. It just became a game. And
this is only 31 years ago. Not that long ago, man. Like such recent history. And yet it feels just so detached from you. Like it just feels like it was a long time ago, when the grand scheme of history, it's not. It was so recent. I'll play the clip of Honey saying that Diljit did the film for free. I thought this is really, really interesting.
Diljit Dosanjh never asked a single rupee to play this role. हाथ जोड़ के he said, वाहेगुरु जी. He said, पाजी कब आना है, किथे खड़ना है, तो ही बस दस दो, मैं उथे खड़ा मिलूंगा. We sat and I told Diljit Paji, so there is a film which I want to make. It's about post 1984. Diljit Paji looked at me and he said, Paji, एक बात सच्ची बताऊं, 84 के बाद में ना कुछ ऐसी कहानियां है नहीं पंजाब में कि जिनके ऊपर पूरी की पूरी एक फिल्म खड़ी की जा सके. तो मैंने कहा अच्छा, मैंने कहा नहीं, कुछ एक चीजें मैंने पढ़ी. इधर पाजी एक स्टोरी डेफिनेटली है. एक बहुत बड़ी शख्सियत थी और उनका नाम है जसवंत सिंह खाड़ा. पाजी एक ही चक्कर है, फैमिली किसी को राइट्स नहीं देती. पूरा पंजाब ट्राई कर चुका है ऑलमोस्ट. वही कहानी है, पर आप बताओ क्या बना. So I had the research book.
So there you go.
What was actually interesting is, yes, about the freeness, but the end of that clip. Did you hear what the director said?
Go on.
He's basically saying that actually, because we could ask why didn't anyone make a film by Jaswant Singh Khalra before this time? It's because the family hadn't given the rights to
permission.
Yeah. And so that was a big step, and you know, I think all the people they cast, they did that really well.
Very respectful to actually consider that the family have to give their permission for it. I don't think that's quite common. I think people just do biopics anyway without asking a family. So maybe that's an India specific thing, but yeah.
I learned about the when he went to Canada and he gave.
Yes, I didn't know he actually went to Canada and was offered asylum there.
Yeah,
and I googled that afterwards, and that was true.
That was true, because following his abduction, the MP that they show, MP for Brampton, who I think they show in that scene, saying to him, "You should come here." She in the House of Parliament in the House of Parliament raised this issue, and basically put a lot of pressure on. So each country will have a High Commissioner, representative of India, the highest representative in that country for India. And she was like, "This isn't on. Like, where is he? You need to, stop lying." Basically, I thought that was pretty amazing. They did that, and obviously the fact that he turned down that asylum. This is the thing. Like, I was having this discussion with some family members, and it's like, what's the price you're willing to pay for truth?
I think he knew that this was coming for him.
Yeah, I agree. But there's so few in history who, knowing that, still do, the right thing and expose or fight for truth and justice, whatever it might be. There's a speech my dad sent today. And this is the real Baijasan Singh Khalra speaking. And in there, he's giving an address. I'm not sure where the address is. He's wearing that kind of his characteristic blue the star. And in there, he talks about the difference between a revolutionary and obviously being a terrorist, because we're going to be labeled as this. But obviously, this depends on how you put a narrative on things, which is true for much of history. And then he actually alludes to his Shahidi in that speech. He says the closest thing, or the most revered peoples, after Guru Sahibs, are those who give Shahidi, martyrdom. And he goes, the daat means, daat is like gift. So he goes, Jinonu e daat mil diya, to those who are given this duty, this gift of Shahidi, they're exalted. So I agree. I definitely think he knew. Yeah, it's just
a couple of deeper things then to touch on. So in the film, they didn't name these characters by name. Their names were changed. So there are a few instigators of everything that happened to Jaswant Singh. So, for example, KPS Gill is not named. He is depicted as DGP Bitta.
Yep.
Ajit Singh Sandhu is not named. He is SSP Sugga. I called him Sugar to Sanj. She started laughing, so that's my fault. And CM is Beyond Singh.
Chief Minister.
Yeah. That's the bits that I think they changed the names for that in a smart way, because they're probably preempting that people are going to say, is that this person? If we just say it overtly, it's probably less likely to clear. So we have to change a few names.
But I think they got the depiction like spot on, that classic KPS Kali.
The fucking look of the look KPS of KPS Gill
was spot on.
Uncanny.
Yeah. So like,
I've only seen a handful of pictures of him, but I saw him screaming. I was like, there he fucking is. You kind of get chills a little bit when you see him, because
call him whatever you want to call him.
You know about the evil he did.
Okay. And here's the point I'll make after that, which is there's a scene of KPS in the film where pre-retirement, and he's talking to the new CM, because the previous CM has already been assassinated. Yeah, Beyond Singh. And he makes this point. He says, 84 happened. Post 84, obviously, understandably, Sikh people were angry and there was retaliation. So this is what they call this insurgency, militancy period, that next kind of, let's say, 10 years post 84. So he's like, well, he's director of whole Punjab police, yeah? So I've been given this mandate now to squash this, and he's kind of remembered by the people who support him as the person who got that done. But you have to remember, those orders are coming from somewhere. And that's important to understand, because if you really deep it, it's Punjab police didn't go rogue, probably rogue people, but ultimately they would have, let's say the local guys were given it by Sugga was given it by KPS.
They're answerable to a higher power, yes.
Higher power, central office, right? But then central office also sends CBI to work out what's going on. And I thought that was comical, isn't it? It's like, well, so you want this all to happen, and then it goes too far because the world, power struggle, but the world gets involved, right? The world gives pressure. Yeah. So now, like, you guys are all champion now as go and do whatever you want. This is Wild Wild West. But now we're going to make you the scapegoats as well. Because it showed, doesn't it? KPS retires, few bad press lines, whatever. He's not indicted. He's not questioned. He's not mentioned in the court proceedings. I looked at the actual court proceedings for this. Nothing, right? He's the layer of immunity, and obviously above him, central government, nothing. But no, this wasn't done like just randomly in isolation.
No, I know. But I know how you say the point of he was given instructions, he acted out the instructions, yes. But going back to the point of like being surprised that 6 kills 6.
Yeah.
Literally, I've got my hand out. Like, there you go. There's your answer. Because you can just say, I'm not doing that, and quit. If it really means that much to you. Maybe you're under duress. Maybe you have to do it. Maybe you have to do it because you're going to get killed if you don't do it. perhaps
your family.
that is an option.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. But that's what I'm saying, right? It's dark.
And we saw that
So-
in history. In 84, General Subir Singh left and said, I can't help you plan the attack of Akal Takht, and I will help
Yeah.
Santaji in preparation. So you're right. There have been examples where Sikhs have just said, no, this is not right.
Yeah.
So,
Right, that's one layer. Another layer that I wanted to talk about was how it was taken down within the first 48 hours. So,
also,
if I,
the link
go
you
on.
gave me, bro, for me to
Yes.
watch it, doesn't work. It's been taken down on there as well.
What, the Z5?
Yeah.
I
We're
think
in-
it's your. I think it was you trying to watch it on Chrome.
No. If you search Satluj,
It's gone off Z5.
I mean, try it on your login, but I typed SAT, I could see it, boom, disappeared. Because that's big now. Like
Seriously?
there's one thing being taken down in India, but now we're talking worldwide.
Wow. All right, so Goran said he couldn't find it on the link earlier. So I actually am one of the very few people in the UK that I think watched it on Z5. I wanted the subscription so I could watch it with subtitles because my Punjabi is just not up to scratch. And in the first 2 days it came out, me and a mate of mine were like, you found the link anywhere? And we were both struggling. So I thought I just want to watch it as soon as I can. We watched the first half of it, me and my wife, in and around the baby being awake. Film gets taken down off India. I went back on the app. I was like, it's still there. This past week, me and my wife haven't had time. We watched the rest of it last night. So this is on Thursday, the 9th of July. Sorry, no, Wednesday, the 8th of July. We finished watching it. Just been on to Z5 now because I tried to keep Goran the same login that I've got so he can watch it. And it's gone. It's not on there. It's not on my phone. It's been wiped internationally now. This is a huge overreach by the Indian authorities, whoever they are, whoever's in charge of this. That is insane. I've not seen anything like this before. It's one thing to ban it in India, which is, I'd say, somewhat commonplace. But to ban it worldwide is bonkers. And this is why piracy will always live and it will always thrive, because things like this can happen. When the film first came out, me and Sanj said, we need to watch this ASAP. And we tried to watch as much as we could in the fear that it would be taken down. So there you have it. That is
It's
batshit.
2026. Censorship is very real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch it.
Go watch it if you can, man. Okay, so this is a tweet that I found of somebody explaining everything, why it was taken out so quickly. So it said, the removal of Satluj Punjab 95 from Z5 India within 48 hours was not a standard CBFC ban. So the CBFC is the authority that you need to have clearance from in India to have a film authorized to be shown.
In a cinema.
In a cinema. Yeah, in a cinema. That's why they went to a streamer, because they didn't need this certificate. So this is a calculated compliance arbitrage. Look at the internal dynamics. In 2023, the CBFC instructed 127 structural cuts. July 3rd, there was a silent OTT launch and via uncertified digital print. In July 5th, this is a instantaneous domestic geo-restriction. Now look closely at the structural legal framework. Under Section 9 of the IT Rules 2021, self-regulatory publishers can pull content prior to an official ministry directive. Why? Because they can use the global distribution defense. By self-recalling it domestically, the studio immunizes its international streaming footprint from cross-border asset freezing while maximizing the global NRI demand shock. So by voluntarily pulling it, you're able to put it out externally. So it says the system wasn't forced down, the loop was optimized, which is smart. But now it's gone. So it seems like that's also been breached as well. Wow. Wow. All because the film was trying to show a human rights issue. That's what I thought was so brilliant about it. I think the film took it past an 84 lens, a Khalistan lens, a Sikh lens. They took it into this is a human rights breach lens.
This should not happen. Yeah.
This should not happen, period, to a people. We were more so seen as the people it happened to, not the main characters it was happening to. if that makes sense.
Yep,
It's an
agreed.
example of a human rights breach. And that's why I thought it was done so brilliantly well, because there wasn't this massive slant of like hard sick angles put onto it. There wasn't like a really strong political angle of like, oh, just one single is in favor of Khalistan. Like there wasn't any of that in there. I don't know if it is or isn't, by the way. I'm just simply speaking. It took it past that. And that was such a masterstroke because now it's got global interest. And I hope that global interest continues.
And I think that's why it had global interest at the time when he was alive as well. I think people cared because it was about the human rights, like you said. That's what it was about. They happen to be Sikh people, but it shouldn't happen anywhere. Yeah, you're right. That was done really well, the way the story was told.
Yeah.
And again, the real story, bro, like he's got a job in a bank. He gets involved completely by accident, sort of. Two of his friends go missing.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then he just, he starts asking questions. The feeling of, I'll tell you what moves me a lot, in those shots where they have surviving family members with photos of their loved ones who have never come back. That lack of closure, what happened, where are they? They never return.
I think that hurts you the most because obviously you see that with the widows of what happened after the riots in 84. They're the same. They've got pictures. They're waiting for them to come home. They're hoping that they're going to come home one day. And I can't imagine as a parent, your child leaving one day and not coming back. Like that's my biggest fear. That would mentally break me. Right. And to sort of see this happen
en masse
is so wrong en masse. Somebody posted something on Twitter that also moved me, where they said something along the lines of their Boa has PTSD of what happened during this time because she would go to university on the outskirts of Punjab on a bus.
Yeah.
And on that bus, the bus was stopped. There were four Singhs who were taken off, ushered away, and they were never seen again. All the students on the bus looked for them for months. They couldn't find them. And she says it still sits with her to this day. Every time she sees the bus in India, she gets triggered and gets that anxiety feeling and just has this deep, overwhelming feeling of sadness because she never found them and they were never seen again. That's one person that's happened to. Imagine that happening just on the scale it did. Like shit like this leaves massive scars in people's mental state.
To live in such, let's call it random fear, like unexpected terror, like,
yeah,
you just can't imagine what that feels like.
No, there was really interesting post of somebody saying that freedom of speech in India matters when it matches the narrative. So, for example, the Kerala story, the Kashmir Files, Emergency, all are defended as freedom of expression. But the BBC Modi documentary, a former army's chief book, and Satluj face demands to block or remove them, since freedom of speech is only celebrated when it supports the preferred narrative, which I think is becoming more and more clear as time goes on.
True. I've had people say recently, look when Dhurandhar was released, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
The day before Indian independence, nothing else was allowed to be shown in the cinema. Massive anti-Pakistan propaganda. Push the narrative. Put it out there.
It's very, what's the word? It's very North Korean-esque, sorry. Like, such hard propaganda that is ran is unbelievable.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
I don't know if it works.
Part of me asks the question, okay, if you're whoever wants to oppress and censor this, whole of India watches this film. What is it you think is going to happen? What is it like? I almost think, and it made me think about 84. It made me think about when Amanda Saab was occupied and they felt they had to go in and flush it out. Like, did they think in the same way, the Capitol building was stormed in America, right? When they said Trump incited it. Did they think people were going to charge on Delhi, like Sikhs were going to go to Delhi? Like, I'm really trying to understand what is it they're scared of.
Probably another uprising of some sort.
But to what end? When has that ever happened? As in, and this is where actually, I would want to sit with somebody and understand that kind of 1975 to 84 period. To really ask that question, show me the timeline, as it were, the end point that they feared the most. If the 84 didn't happen, as in the attack on Honda Saab, what would have been the consequence that you fear the most? That's the question I'd want to understand.
A revolution.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm agreeing with the words here, but do you know what I mean? It's not. That's still abstract. That's too abstract. Yeah, but so what? Like, people can shout. People do it all the time. Like, what is it you're really scared of? Like, do you think the whole government would have been executed?
You know what happened in the French Revolution?
Yeah, okay, fine. You're on about guillotine and mass revolution.
No,
yeah, fine.
I'm showing you the end thing that I think governments fear the most, which is people uprising to a massive scale. And they were worried about Punjab falling and just becoming this own separatist state because so many people were pushing in that direction. That's what my hypothesis is.
And that's why I want to. What you describe as, let's use the French Revolution as an analogy here. If that's the end point, I want to hear somebody say it. Because at the moment, it's just, oh, yeah, we just needed to do it because people are having opinions and being a bit rowdy.
Maybe.
And India is huge, right? Like, Punjab is one state, lots of states. So unless they thought
but they don't want to lose, but they don't want to lose that state in particular. Because there's a lot of history behind that state, as we all know. There's no point in going into it again, but that state has a lot of history behind it. There's a lot of trauma there. There's a lot of deep-lying wounds there. Yeah.
Coming back to the film. Sense of the film, sense of what happened. The world has acknowledged this happened. Why can't you acknowledge it happened?
Because acknowledging this, it's the same way as to why any serving government will never apologize for what happened directly in India under colonialism. Because if you apologize for one thing, you have to apologize for everything. So they will never start to apologize for one thing. Same playbook.
Obviously, in the absence of the apology, then we have people telling stories.
Which can't tell stories either.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Well, this brings me to my last question, which is, do blackouts even work when it comes to stopping films from being shown worldwide?
In 2026.
In 2026.
Yeah, because before...
The way the technology works.
Blackout meant blackout. Like, censorship was proper. Like, in the 80s, you could do that kind of stuff.
That's what it meant. It doesn't work like that anymore. The world's so interconnected. All it took was for that film to be up for 48 hours.
Bang.
People ripped it, found it, sent it everywhere.
The WhatsApp
sent to me on WhatsApp numerous times, by the way. You know what it says? Forwarded many times.
Yeah.
Not even forwarded many times. You know how many times you have to do to get that? And the only way to forward that, you have to send it manually to one person at a time. And people sat there and said, my fingers are going to send this to everybody in my flipping phone book.
And it's clean. That WhatsApp one is really clean.
Yeah.
So whoever did that, Seva, thank you.
Someone loaded it up to YouTube. I don't even know if it's still up. Let me have a look. Let's look. Just type it in. Because I think it crossed 500,000 views quite quickly. Last I look. Satluj movie. Oh, it was taken down, but that is new ones that have popped up. Bare people are uploading it all the time. So one's on 96k views, one's on 8.9k views, one's on, oh, here you go, 1.3 million views. Yeah.
Still up.
Satluj full movie. Still up. Shabazz Speaks. Shout out to you. Another one, Cine Critique, 1.9 million views. I'm surprised that the studio hasn't taken that down. Well, this is where copyright becomes really interesting. Okay. So normally to file a copyright claim, the studio has to go onto YouTube and strike it down and say they want it taken down.
But if they don't?
But the studio doesn't want that. So they haven't done it because they know if they do that, the film stops being spread.
Masterstroke.
Unless the government forces them to do it, which might happen soon, right? I mean, they've already forced them to take it down internationally, so very possible.
Very possible.
Wow, shit! I just realised that. Yeah, shout out to Z5. You guys have done a job on this. What I found funny was when they said, "Please do not support piracy. We hope to bring the film back." That shit's never coming back, bro. It's gone. Long live piracy, okay? And fuck you, PlayStation, as well. I'm going to add that in. Yeah, long live piracy.
Sorry?
PlayStation, on a side point, this is why the piracy conversation is so big this week. PlayStation have said they're going to stop printing digital discs of games going forward.
Yep.
Everything is going to be digitized. Sorry, not digital discs. They're going to stop producing physical copies of games. Everything's going to be digital. Yeah. So the prices go up massively. You can't reshare games with your friends. You can't trade them in. You're going to essentially kill off Game, Computer Exchange, all those places. Just buy it directly from PlayStation. And they set whatever price they want. And they overcharge you. And you have to pay for a subscription to get it. Basically, you own nothing anymore.
Yeah, which
you can't just have anything
music
offline.
And film, which we've talked about in the past. The same thing, right?
Right, which is fucked because gamers are... One thing I will give them, gamers are very stubborn. They will be like, no, fuck this. We will start a revolution. Similar to how they tried to change the way Reddit works. And the Redditors just went absolutely apeshit and they backtracked. Right. Gamers are the same.
So they want discs.
So they want discs, but they also said if it goes this way, we're all going to just pirate the shit out of it. And remember how you had way back in the day, what was it, chipped PS1s, PS2s?
Yeah, remember that.
Same thing. You're going to get that en masse.
Because nobody wants to pay for that stuff. And then they'll maybe have to go back to discs. Yeah. Okay.
It's not nobody wants to pay for it. It's they don't want to feel like they're being absolutely bumped and taken the piss out of. And buying games secondhand is a lovely thing. Like not everyone can afford to buy a game outright nowadays. Bro, GTA is going to be about £100.
Ooh.
That's not an exaggeration. It's going to be the first £100 game. Guarantee it.
I'm trying to
games back in the day. I remember Argos catalog, Metal
quid?
Gear Solid was 20 quid. And I was like, oh, that's a bit steep, you know.
I remember COD, probably last time I played, Uni 2013, time 40 quid.
40 quid. 35.99 was kind of like a standard-ish price, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the kind of price I remember. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Now you look at about 65, 70 a game for a brand new game. Yep. So anyway, long live piracy, man, because shit like this needs to happen. Yeah, I don't think blackouts work anymore, man. People need to wise up and understand that it's probably better to just let a film go, evaporate into the ether, have the conversation and move on, because the conversations do move on very quickly in all shapes of life. How many different documentaries have been put out now about what's happening in Gaza? It's been put out, it's been shown. People said that's horrible. It broke my heart.
Yep.
Oh look, Strictly Come Dancing's on. That's it. That is literally how it goes. And the same thing here is happening. It could have happened with this film. But the more you try and stop a story, the more it runs further and further because it's like, ooh, that's taboo.
It's been suppressed for
I
a
want
reason.
to watch it. What's it about? Oh, it's been suppressed because this seems like a really complex conversation. What's the conversation? What happened? Like you give it more and more life.
More fire, yeah. I remember when the Ukraine war broke out, and I tell people this all the time. I was like, I remember you saying to me, bro, 2 weeks, no one's gonna care, but words to that effect. The news cycle moves on. And it's so true, man.
Go to a more recent example. The Iran war. Yeah. Everything's fine. Oh, it's not okay. Oh, the strait's open. It's not open. Remember that in The Office? Michael Scott. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. That's literally the Strait of Hormuz. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. I can't be asked to keep up. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. No one knows anymore.
The world moves so fast. You even think about people, great people, when they pass away. It's a whole big thing. And then the next day is another day. The world is...
It depends how big you are. So sometimes you'll get like an annual anniversary remembrance.
Yeah, true. But
like on the day Kobe dies. Yeah.
Say again?
The date that Kobe died, everyone stops for like a day, and they're like, "Oh, actually."
But the year
you
in
see all
between,
these highlights. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the world stops for no one, the world stops for no thing. It's just. So you're right. By trying to suppress it more, has made it flourish more.
Mm-hmm. So go watch it. Go share it with your people. There's many places to find it now, and you really don't have to look that hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to find a subtitled one, I'm afraid I can't help you because I struggle to find that. Yeah, maybe a good lot of showing will probably have a subtitled one.
Yeah, or watch it with someone who can explain some of the, because there's the parts of the film where it's not poetry, but they're saying like analogies.
What they're saying is poetry at times,
and it's not like normal conversational Punjabi or Hindi, and unless you really know it, that's hard, and you'll need someone to help you understand what the metaphors are.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out Diljit, shout out Honey Drehan, shout out to everybody who watched it, shared it, him as well.
Yeah. His little monologue right at the end before getting that guy back to give testimony, where he just talks about the whole Punjab timeline in that 1 minute.
And that 1 minute scene,
That 1 minute scene.
I wish I could rewatch it now, because he just went in chronological order of exactly what happened, and I was like, fuck.
And again, like you said, use the word genocide. Not riot, not anti-Sikh riot. He said this is the biggest genocide post-84. Said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people cite that scene as the reason the film was taken down, because he went through the chronology of the events that happened.
Yeah.
On camera.
On camera. Not Dilj, Arjun Rampal.
Yeah.
They would have looked at that and thought, never in 100 years will he do something like this.
And he did. Probably believes in the cause. Is he Khalistani now? We'll never know. We'll never know. Is Honey Drehan Khalistani? That's the new headline in the main Indian headlines next week, I'm sure. Can't wait for it.
But like you said, it's not even about that.
I know it's not, but I'm sure it will get
That'll be the
into
slant
that eventually. Of course it will. Speaking of slant, I have one thing to update you on that happened to me this past week that was very interesting.
Yes, Sainsbury's, right?
Yes, I got racially abused at my local Sainsbury's.
Just before you
go, it was very interesting.
You know the 3 places you shop? Is this one of those 3?
No, this is a Sainsbury's local. It's like a little corner shop. It's not even a big Sainsbury's.
But Sainsbury's in general, is that part of your 3 or not?
No, it's just relatively near to where I live. So it's you know how you have Tesco Express and stuff?
Not the particular branch. I'm saying Sainsbury's is a brand. The 3 places you go to. So what, you got Aldi, Lidl, what's the third one you go to?
Tesco.
Those are standard 3, right?
Yeah.
Bro, you need to stick to your lane, innit? Why are you going to Sainsbury's? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know where you're safe.
If it happened to me at Waitrose, I would have more to say about it, Karan. But it didn't happen to me at Waitrose.
Sainsbury's is
Sainsbury's
for the elite, right? So go on, tell me. Set the story. Build it up.
The story is Tuesday lunchtime. I'm heading out to go and see someone. I stop off to go and get a sandwich. I'm in store, buying the sandwich, meal deal vibe, because I know I've got to get somewhere quick.
Yeah.
Go to checkout, checking out with the guy in front of me, and where the checkouts are to the right of me, there's fridges there. The fridges are what alcohol is stored in open air, and the guy's moaning at the lady, saying, "Why are the fridges turned off? Fridges should be turned on."
Which guy's moaning? He's in front of you in the line?
No. So I'm speaking to a server, 1-to-1 here.
Yeah.
To my right.
Yeah.
At the fridges is a guy moaning at another member of staff.
Fine.
A lady.
Not checking out, just at the fridges itself.
No, he's just moaning, saying the fridges should be on. This isn't cold. It doesn't cost you anything.
To somebody working there.
To her, and he said you shouldn't turn the fridges off, etc.
Okay.
And then I thought, it's not her fucking fault. She's just doing her job. She probably didn't even switch the fridges off. And if she did, she's been told to by head office or by corporate or whoever to sort of do that as a cost-saving measure. So then I thought, okay, this lady is like about in her 50s. She's getting an earful off a random guy. I don't agree with this, so I'm going to speak up.
Wait,
so I said to him,
earful swearing at her, berating her?
No, he was just being rude to her and demeaning to her. And I'm thinking, look, she's in a minimum wage job. Leave her the fuck alone, because it's not her fault. right? You shouldn't be targeting your gussa at her. So I said to him, I think you need to take up your grievance with head office. You don't need to take it up with her. And he said to me, well, you should mind your fucking business. And I said, no, I don't appreciate the way you're speaking to her. It's not her fault. She's simply doing her job. Right. Then he starts coming closer to me and he said, oh, what was it he said to me? Hang on. Gets closer to me and he says, you're Sikh, aren't you? You're Punjabi. I said, yeah. He said, well, Sasikaji. I said, hang on. So you want to be respectful to me? Do you know what that statement means? He said, I don't need to know. Gidda. I was like, no. Don't be trying to act like a mate of mine. Do you know what that statement means? Because that's a respectful statement and you're being disrespectful to another person. That's not right. And he said, people like you are the fucking problem. I said, what? He said, people like you are the fucking problem in this country. I was like, right. Okay. I'm the problem now. Right. Okay. So I paid for my drink and I said, look, you shouldn't be saying this to other people. You should leave them alone and take up your problems with other people. He said, we can go outside and sort this out right now. And I said, no, I'm fine, thanks. I don't really want to sort anything out. And this guy's toothless at the bottom, etc. Fucking dirty breath coming at me. I was like, fuck this, I'm going. So I walk off. Then he said, Banjord, etc. I was like, oh, so you went from Sasikaji to Banjord. Nice.
Sorry, this person is not Punjabi, is he?
No.
What is he?
White guy.
Okay, fine. Knows some Punjabi words.
Knows some Punjabi words, moaning at me that I'm the problem, but understands Punjabi, has picked up Punjabi, but says that I'm the problem. When evidently I'm not the problem because you learnt my language voluntarily to insult me, but you still learnt it voluntarily. So
did he say why you're the problem?
Is working fine. I mean, at that point, I just thought, forget this. I don't want to get into an altercation. I'm not here to start a fight. I don't really want to have a proper fight in the middle of a Sainsbury's. Not worth it. I've got more to lose than he does.
Yeah.
So left it, walked up into the car. Other lady said to me on the way out, a Jamaican lady, she just said to me, look, some people have nothing better to do. I said, yeah, but I just think you shouldn't be rude to other people as you're working there. And the lady, before anybody asked, was she white? Was she brown? She was a white lady. I wasn't stepping in to try and stop like a person who is of brown or whoever from being abused. I was like, no, I just don't agree with somebody having a go at a staff member, regardless of your color, heritage, whatever, for just doing your job. It's not on you. Go take your grievance up elsewhere. Yeah, there you have it. So I was like, oh, cool. Just a normal day at my local.
As was happening, did she walk away, the lady being sort of berated?
Don't remember. I think so.
Was he Sharabi?
He might have been, but he was driving. He had this Jaguar next to me, very nice Jaguar. I was like, I think he's probably a tradesman. So yeah.
Okay. See, when you did a description of being toothless and stuff, you've kind of painted out he's a homeless person. He's not a homeless person.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. No, he's not.
No, he's not. Okay.
Because he was parked in the car next to me as I was backing out of the Sainsbury's. He was getting in the car. And I was like, he's going to probably try and follow me. So let me just jump and cut in and drive off. That's what I did.
Achha, at that point, was he looking at you, saying anything or no?
Yeah. He was looking at me. I was like, okay, there's no point taking this any further or trying to make it into a bigger thing. Let's just leave. Because it's not worth it.
No, like you said, you have more to lose than he does.
Exactly.
But you stood up for the person.
Well, yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? That's what we're taught to do as Sikhs. Always stand up for those that are clearly being picked on, or that aren't having a good time, or that are just finding it difficult at work. And I was like, well, I don't like this dynamic at play. And if your beer's cold, just fucking don't buy it from there. Go somewhere else. You don't have to buy it from here. Or just go home and put it in the fridge.
Indy got solution.
Mind-blowing, isn't it?
Indy got solution for days.
People are thick.
Yeah, I don't know why we said that yesterday to each other.
Yeah, people are thick.
People are very thick.
So there you have it. That was my little incident at my local Sainsbury's.
You handled it very well.
Thank you. It's a very awkward situation to be in because your brain's thinking like of 100 things at once. You're like, is he going to hit me?
Yeah.
And you're also thinking,
should I say something?
Do I engage in this verbal altercation further? do I de-escalate the situation? He tried to shake my hand at one point. I was like, I'm not going to shake your hand. No.
Right.
We're not doing this. Which probably upset him further. I was like, no.
Yeah. Because he thought he had an in with you with the language.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Then I haven't got the in, then you're the problem. And there's probably a few sentences away from need to bring restoring, get rid of you lot. That's what was going on.
Listen, Karan, don't forget, I'm the problem in that situation. People like me are the problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Coming
The
here,
left.
speaking my great English.
The left of the problem.
Stopping you from insulting another person, another British citizen in their place of work.
Yeah.
I'm the problem.
You're the problem.
Okay, brother.
Good job. Keep being the problem.
Keep being the problem. So there we go. That is this week's episode. I thought I would fill you guys in on. We hope you watch Satluj, pass it on far and wide to others. If you think we missed anything out, please let us know in the comments. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week, guys, and spread the message of Bhai Jaswant Singh Ji Khalra Shaheed. Bhai Jaswant Singh Ji Khalra.
Bye. Thank you for watching this week's episode of the Indy and Dutch podcast. Please check out the rest of our episodes here. Don't forget to subscribe here, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye.